right. Been a while. Been a while. We've been busy. We've been having adventures and moving and stuff. I was just talking to one of my old friends about posting again on my channel here. For those of you that have hung around despite me being mostly non-existent, appreciate that. I know it's cardinal sin for me to disappear like I have. But, you know, it's been life. We traveled internationally for just shy of a year. And a lot of people would go, isn't that the perfect opportunity to post content all the time? Yeah, I suppose. But I wasn't in that mode. You know, we were in adventure mode as a family. So we're back now. As you can see, we're back home. I am working out of the office today. I'm going to make a few calls from the beach because I like to work that way. And anyway, I wanted to say a few things on the channel here and see who was still around. So I think most of the people that follow me are interested in making money online, making money from home. And I want to make a general observation I've had clear. I want to share that here. I get a lot of people asking me all the time, should I learn internet marketing? Or maybe they operate from an assumption of they should learn internet marketing. The context is some sort of home business. They want to learn how to promote their product or their service or whatever themselves on the internet. And the contrast is, do I talk to my friends, my existing contacts, or do I learn how to do internet marketing like you've done? And more lately, for years, the answer was, oh yeah, come learn internet marketing. I've tried to help. I've lost count. I mean, it's probably literally 10,000 plus people around the world I have tried to help learn internet marketing. And I'm the kind of guy, maybe I'm just not very strategic with this stuff, but my mindset, the 100% of the time, has been whatever's in my head is going in yours. Like, no secrets. I'm not hiding anything. I want you to succeed. That's been my mindset the whole time. I know I'm not the greatest teacher. However, despite trying to help that many people for so long now, look at the coastline here. It's an interesting part of the island. Let me turn the camera around here so you can see what I'm seeing. All right, here we go. I'll give you these views for a minute. So the experience I have, you know, first let's talk, am I qualified in the first place to attempt to teach people how to do this online? I'm going to give an emphatic yes. I'm positive I'm in the top fraction of a percent on the planet right now in terms of how many people I've personally recruited, sold, whatever you want to call it, enrolled, whatever the word is. My personal number is nearly 5,000 people that I've personally recruited into various things over the years. Maybe a topic for a different video, but most of it's junk, and I had a lot to learn. I was kind of cutting my teeth, figuring out internet marketing, getting excited about different business models and products and services and stuff. And I wasn't doing enough critical thinking at the outset. The basic due diligence stuff, that's pretty easy, but I think a lot of people get stuck thinking due diligence is all they need to do, and there's this critical step prior to that involves analytically tearing down the business model, tearing apart the business model, and analyzing that to make sure it even makes sense in the first place. That's before you look at the owners, you look at the team, you look at the plan, you look at the product. Before you do any of that, my advice would be to tear apart the business model itself and make sure that makes sense. Anyway, back to the topic. Internet marketing, learn it or not. What's the best way for most people to go? And when I say most, I mean like almost everybody, 99.9 something percent. Literally almost everybody. There's an occasional unicorn. They're really rare, but occasionally it's going to make sense for that person to learn internet marketing and, you know, hit the gas there. Well, outside of the unicorn, I'm going to say no, it doesn't make sense. And here's why. Bottom line, it's a bear. It's almost impossible to become competent, effective, productive, and so on with internet marketing for regular people. If you wake up and go to work every day, you got a family, you got a life, you got things going on. Oh, I'm getting wet. Got me. Oh. Getting pretty wet. Anyway, feels good. If you're a regular person and the question is, should I learn internet marketing? 100% of the time I'm going to say no, don't. Save yourself the headache, save yourself time, save yourself money, save yourself lots of, you know, weeks or months worth of lost time and money, and either get clear right now. Am I enthusiastic, convinced, so confident in whatever it is I'm excited about right now that I am willing, it's not even a matter of being willing, that I'm eager to talk to every person I know. If you're not there, then you should probably just keep going to work. Like, being brutally honest here. I would say all or nothing. This in-between stuff is torture. It's a great way to lose money and time and bring a lot of stress into your life and your relationships. Game on or lights out. One or the other is what I'm going to strongly recommend. To build on top of that, if you wake up and go to work and you're kind of, you know, you fit into the 90% of the population that wakes up and you do what you got to do, and it's honorable and it's good, I'm not judging you. But if that is your life, if your life has that kind of routine and you don't have money coming out your ears and you don't have time, then my answer 100% of the time is no. Don't try to tackle and learn internet marketing. So what's that leave? Friends and family. If you're not like game on, eager to go talk to friends and family, honestly, I would drop whatever it is you're doing and just back away. And I hate to use the word like resign yourself, but for your own sake, I think I would resign yourself from this entrepreneurial, at least in the home business setting. I just walk away from it, because half speed is torture and you're just going to lose money. That makes sense? So I get a lot of questions around this, and this is, I think, a good place for me to start. I have a couple other questions that come up, but I'll cover those in separate videos. I hope this adds value, even if it's in a funny way where you're like, thank you for saving me weeks and months of torture. None of this half-speed stuff. Do yourself a favor. All or nothing. You can't do that part-time, by the way. I'm just saying the mindset, the mentality. All or nothing. Okay? Enjoy. I will see you around. You know, there's one little bit there. I realized I didn't finish saying this. I tried to help over 10,000 people. You know how many people actually made it? How many people actually made something out of it? I think I can count them on one hand. That many people. So very few. And the reason is just so much to learn. It's so much to tackle, so much to understand, so much to manage. It is so complicated. Half the complication is not the how-to. The how-to is actually not that difficult. I can show you how to market on YouTube. I can show you how to do that. It's not that difficult. The complicated part is life. Like, you got to wake up and go to work. You got to go do your thing, and you got to learn this, do this, get good at this, get better and better and better, get to mastery level, because until you get to mastery level, it's not worth it. So if you work for a few weeks, a few months, and you stop short of what I would call mastery level, you just wasted a bunch of time and money. And that's what I've seen happen hundreds and hundreds, maybe thousands of times. I've seen a lot of people give it a valiant effort for a short amount of time, and it's just not going to cut it. And that right there is the single biggest reason I would encourage you to run the other way. Do not pursue internet marketing. I don't care if some guru is telling you it's going to be easy. I don't care what anybody tells you, it is not easy. None of it is easy. It requires a lot of time and commitment and dedication and continuing education. So you've been warned. All right, hope that helps you, hope that serves you. Here I go again. I'm so out of practice with this stuff. I have a couple more thoughts on this topic, and the general idea is, and the question I get, the context is cold traffic, internet marketing stuff, lead gen, just straight up buying leads, or talk to people I know. So strangers or talk to people I know. Help me make this choice. Convince me that I should talk to my friends and family is kind of the context I get this question out, brought up in a lot. There are extra steps. So let's say you're convinced now, yeah, I'm not going to try to learn internet marketing, but I'm really interested in buying leads and calling leads, or running traffic to a funnel and generating my own leads, building an email list and that sort of thing. I've praised those things for years as generally being a good idea. What I have seen in my attempts to help a lot of people around the world over the years is that, again, most people just don't, if you don't hit the gas long enough, hard enough and long enough, and stick with it and actually get really good at it, it's a waste. And that process eliminates almost every single person who tries. Maybe you're watching this going, but I'm different. I have perseverance. I'm determined. I'm still warning you. Usually I'd be applauding you. I'm tired of that. I've done that for years, and I just see so much failure. So I'm going to encourage you not to do that. What are you? Let me ask you a foundational question here. What are you trying to achieve? Why are you watching this video? Why? What's driving you? What are you after? If it is cash flow is one answer I get. If it's I need to make $12,000 ASAP, it's another kind of answer I get all the time. Usually it's one of those two things. Usually it's either I need to make a bunch of money fast, and or I want to pay my bills from home. I want to not have to go to work anymore. I think most of us, now if you're in an emergency kind of a situation and you need money right away, I understand it's hard to think about much else when you're drowning, like all you think about is oxygen. So I understand if you're financially drowning, it's hard to think about anything more than the most pressing bills and financial concerns that you have. But once you make it on the other side of that, what we all want, I think, is monthly cash flow that we can count on. Residual income. It's the pitch for every home business I've ever seen. The whole idea is you work and you get paid lots of times for working once. That's BS. In every business model I've seen except for one, maybe two. Nah, I'm gonna say three. There are three that I've seen over the years where you could look at it logically, analytically, break it down, price point, market, demographic, product, stability of the company, all the sorts of things, all the variables. I've only seen three instances where you could look at it and go, you know what, it's reasonable to expect real residual income from me putting effort into this. One of those companies is no longer around, so it would have been monthly residual for a while till the company fell apart. Another one has changed ownership several times, and the business model has been altered, and I can no longer recommend it. It's a bummer, because it was a phenomenal company, great idea, great people, great execution for a long, long time. Little piece of a shell. And the other one of the three that I can think of in over 20 years of experience doing this stuff big is what I'm doing. It's what I'm on. And I've been there collecting checks for 10 years. You know, big checks the last 2 years. So, as I was saying, so what are you after? You got to think about that. Why am I doing this? Why am I looking at internet marketing? What is the result I want to create? If the result you want to create is the same result I want to create, steady monthly cash flow that I can count on, as drama-free as possible, as reliable as possible, then I think it makes more sense for you to think about it this way. Here's my goal. What's the straightest, simplest path between me and what I want, the result I want to create? I promise you, the answer will never, ever, ever, ever be go learn internet marketing. 100% of the time, that will not be the right answer. There's a much straighter, much simpler path that doesn't cost any money. It's really straightforward. It feels really good. So anyway, get clear on what you want. That's going to help you figure out where, you know, what you need to do. I rarely come across people who are like, oh man, I just want to crank sales out all day long online. That's what I wake up thinking about in the morning. I just want to make sales. I'm not even going to talk about it because I don't run into people like that. It always comes back to residual income. It always does. So I think that's probably you, right? That's you. That's what you want. I'm telling you, internet marketing is not going to get you there. Be happy to have a conversation, by the way. I'm very personable, very approachable. You know, if you're interested in connecting and hashing out particulars and specific questions in your own mind, let's get an exchange going. I've got an opt-in form at my website, christianhinnicky.com. I'll put that here in the description. Opt in, and that'll just get us connected by email, okay? And we can start there. Let's get an email back and forth a bit, and if it makes sense, let's talk. Be happy to do it. Hope this added value for you. I think that's really it this time. I'll see you later.